Alright, I'm coming back again today. Uh, I got a few documents here in front of me. I have my copy of the U.S. Constitution. I have a statement of interest from the United States government in the case of Mr. Sharp versus Baltimore Police. I have the state of Maryland versus Anthony John Graber. He was the gentleman that was riding his motorcycle, and the state police pulled him over. I also have from the Office of the Attorney General an opinion on citizen videotaping, and I have that case from the First Circuit Court of Appeals with Mr. Simon Glick versus the Boston police officers and the officers and the department. Okay, I'll start by going over the U.S. Constitution. See, I got to flip to the amendments page. Okay, all right, just got there. All right. The first 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution are known as the Bill of Rights. And here in the book, as you can see, it says Bill of Rights. I'm just going to read it. It says the first 10 amendments, Bill of Rights, were ratified effective December 15th, 1791. I'm going to just go over the 3 amendments that apply in my situation with the Prince George's County Police. The First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, and the 14th Amendment. The First Amendment to the United States Constitution, freedom of religion, speech and the press, rights of assembly and petition. And I'm reading from the book word for word. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or of the right of the people to peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Then you have the Fourth Amendment to the United States Constitution. It deals with search and arrest warrants. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. That is the Fourth Amendment to the United States Constitution. Let's flip a second to the 14th Amendment. Okay. The 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution was proposed on June 13th, 1866, and ratified on July 9th, 1868. And it deals with civil rights, basically. There are numerous sections to the 14th Amendment, but the section I'm going to deal with is Section 1. And that section reads, I'm reading directly from my copy of the Constitution. It's a pocket Constitution. Section 1 states, all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. And that was directly from my pocket copy of the U.S. Constitution. I've been dealing with the Prince George's County Police Department, in my right to exercise my First Amendment rights. I'm going to start with the Attorney General's opinion. It was issued in July 7th, 2010. There was a state delegate that requested it. State Delegate Rosenberg requested the Attorney General issue an opinion, asked about the application of the wiretap laws and so forth on citizens, videotaping police in public. In essence, what the Maryland Attorney General said was basically police don't have an expectation of privacy in public. And, there's no crime in it. To note, just like as a sidebar, no Maryland resident has been jailed and convicted for videotaping a police officer in public. I've been looking and I can't find a situation where that's occurred. So this is the Attorney General's opinion. It's about 11 pages, and he basically states, oral communications, what does intercept mean, and so forth. But here in this conclusion, I'll just read part of his conclusion. It goes, in sum, State Wiretap Act does not regulate video recording except to the extent that sound is recorded as part of the video. Whether statements made by a police officer during an encounter with a citizen are protected under the Maryland Wiretap Act depends on whether they are part of a private conversation and therefore fall within the definition of an oral communication covered by the Act. The Maryland appellate courts have not yet construed the Maryland Wiretap Act as it may apply to a conversation between a police officer and individual during the course of an arrest or other official police action involving the individual. Appellate courts in other jurisdictions have decided a number of such cases. It appears that there are three possible outcomes to such cases under the Maryland Wiretap Act. It goes on to say it's possible that, it is an oral communication and thus is in violation of the law. The court might say that if you secretly record the police, it's against the law. And finally, the court could hold that there is no private conversation and that police have no expectation of privacy. And the Attorney General goes on to state that the third option is most likely that there is no private conversation and that the police have no expectation of privacy. If you want to read the opinion, you can go online and Google it, and it's right there. It covers this situation. I'm going to go ahead and cut off, and I'm going to come right back with the next part of this video log.